September is finally here, and with it, the end of a very chaotic month. Hello and welcome to my September Fire update, where I'm going to show you all how much I spent in August, as well as my budget for the upcoming month of September. In case you're new here, I'm Raymond, a software engineer on the path to financial independence and retiring early, and I've managed to save over $140,000 so far. So if you'd like to follow me on my journey, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel, so thank you so much in advance. So diving first into my August budget recap, besides the fact that I over-contributed my percentage into my 401k, which left me with not a lot of money to work with for the month of August, I also did overspend in a few categories. Some of these categories were a little bit more innocuous, like the transit and the groceries. I blame buying a 10-pound bag of protein powder for the groceries one, but some of these were a little bit more sketch, like my eating out budget. It turns out that Brazilian steakhouses are a little bit more expensive than I thought, and the special occasion of my manager flying into town for a training meant that I overspent on my eating out budget by about $50 for this month. It definitely kind of sucks, especially on top of the fact that I just didn't have enough money for this month in terms of spending and savings to begin with, but I'm hoping that next month will be better. Speaking of that September budget, let's start by breaking it down, starting with my income. And in terms of my 401k contributions, though I'm going to put 401k in quotes now that I'm doing the mega backdoor Roth, I'm expecting to be contributing about $3,000 after tax into my 401k, which is then going to be moved into my Roth IRA. Even though this is technically less money that I'm moving in and contributing, since all this is after tax dollars and all this is moving into my Roth IRA, this has really great implications for what this will look like down the line, especially as I get closer to FIRE. As of recording this, I've managed to contribute over $10,000, almost $11,000 into my Roth IRA this year. This is a combination of both the $7,000 maximum contribution, as well as my mega backdoor Roth IRA contributions. Beyond that, nothing else has changed too significantly, with my HSA still at $262.50, on track to max this out by the end of the year, as well as my total final paycheck at around $3,200 or so, which is back to normal from the craziness of August. Moving on to my spending, things here are pretty normal as well, although with a slight increase in my rent payments. This is to accommodate for that increase of about $30 a month in my rent, and even though my rent budget is only going up by $10, usually I'm pretty good at keeping this under budget, so I'm only increasing it by as much as it's needed. Beyond that, everything is more or less the same, with my transit at around $90, groceries at $400, as well as my miscellaneous and fun money buckets at $75 for eating out, as well as $200 for anything that I want. In terms of my savings goals, I'm really happy that one of my medical bills is finally paid off, although I still have one more to go, so that's going to be paid off over time. That does mean though that I'm going to be saving about $50 a month not paying that other bill off, so that's a little bit more money that I can be using towards other goals. One thing that I am a little bit worried about, not for the month of September, but for the month of October, is going to be the fact that I'm going to be taking a pretty big 2-week trip towards the end of October and into early November, which is going to be cutting dramatically into my budget for travel. This is going to be an international trip across Taiwan and Japan, so I'm expecting to pretty much drain this bucket, if not get pretty close to it. All in all though, I'm still pretty excited to see what September brings, especially since I'm going to be able to save maybe about $3,200 to $3,300 towards my goal of financial independence and retiring early. But that's going to be it for my budget recap for August, as well as my budgeting video for September. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.